What's going on, everybody? Sorry I'm late, y'all. Let's see. I'm trying to get everything situated right now. Y'all give me a second. Yeah, give me a second, y'all. Okay, I didn't put the call in number in. I'm gonna put the call in number in, y'all. I'm sorry. Uh, I'll keep this up so I can look at the chat. Let's see. Okay. How everybody doing, man? Hope everybody doing pretty good. Again, I'm sorry I'm late. I was stuck in traffic. Traffic was just terrible. Okay, let's see what we gonna do. Okay, the topic of the night, we're gonna talk about criminal cases and 42 Section 1983 cases. Well, I mean, it can really be any type of civil case. It really doesn't matter. But I know a lot of people they want to know about 42 Section 1983 lawsuits. So I'll be answering questions like that. And criminal cases. Give me a second, y'all. Let me post the call-in number. I forgot to post it. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, where is it at? Oh. I'm posting the call-in number now, y'all. Okay, that is the call-in number. I just posted the call-in number. If anybody wanted to call in to the show, if you're listening to the show, I'm very curious about what's going on in family court. I'm very curious about what's going on in there. And I think somebody they sent me a message or they sent me some information saying that family court they have some type of business with the federal government or something like that under the something interstate commerce family act, something like that. I'm not really sure what was the name of the act, but somebody sent me some information like that. So if you have studied that and you sure that you know what you're talking about, because I don't want you to come on here and be spreading misinformation. I don't study it, but if you believe that you are 100% or at least 99% sure that you're correct about what you want to talk about, call into the show, press 1, and I'll let you talk for a minute, because people need to know what's going on in family court. I do believe that it is some type of business, although they hide it real good. The business side of it, they kind of hide it good. But once you start studying cases and reading, then it's just like the smoke and mirrors. It just goes away. So call into the show, press 1, and I'll turn your microphone on. I'll let you talk for probably about 10, maybe 15 minutes, because I want to give everybody a chance to talk. I believe that, Joshua. I really do believe it. But it's like, I think what's confusing people is the names of these corporations. Like, for example, we're going to say City of Atlanta. Like, people think that they're actually talking about the actual city, when in fact that's a corporate, it's a corporate title. It's a corporation. They have a DUNS number, they have an EIN's number, they file taxes. I'll be shocked to find out that these people don't file taxes, that the city of whatever doesn't file taxes. Also, like, I'm a private contractor now, so I'm getting all these emails. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Like I said, I'm a private contractor now. I do commercial landscaping and stuff like that now, and I've noticed that when you're doing business with the city, which is a corporation, when you're doing business with them, these people want you to have insurance, bonds, and they do a lot, and I mean a lot of contracts. like their contract is pretty much already drafted. They have their standard contract, where it's really it seems like it's an adhesion contract because it's just drafted in their favor, or so to speak. If you're watching, please go ahead and hit that like button. I really appreciate that, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse me, I'm looking rough. Like I tried to get a haircut and everything, I just couldn't get it. So whatever. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I'm gonna give y'all the call-in number again. The call-in number is 563-999-3602. If I'm not mistaken, Josh, it seems like it's some type of contractual obligation. I know there's no money; everything is a negotiable instrument. I know that. Um, but let's say, what was I gonna say? Trying to think of what I was gonna say. I don't know. Like I kind of like Josh. I kind of think that you could still do business um without gold and silver. Like I still think that private citizens could do business without uh gold and silver. Because we can choose to accept anything as payment. This goes back to what I was saying. I was having a conversation with somebody, and they were telling me that that they were going to get rid of all of the money, and it's going to be a cashless society and all this, which is that's what they're trying to do essentially. But like people need to understand that these publics, they are public servants. They do not control what we say is money. If we say this ink pen right here in my hand is money, and let's say a million people are willing to accept this ink pen as payment, then it's considered money to those million. Anything can be money, is what I'm trying to say. Anything can be money. Public servants, they don't decide what money is. We do. The people do. If the people say, you know what, we're tired of these Federal Reserve notes, we don't want to use this shit no more. And if they did that right now, it would be a wrap. I agree with that, Josh. Do you mean like it's an agreement to the extent that I say, okay, well, I'll take this as a form of payment, and I'll just say this is money, as long as you're willing to accept this back as some type of payment or money or something like that. Is that what you're trying to say? Something similar to that, Josh? You damn sure right. That's a contract. Yeah, you're right, Josh. That's a contract. It's a contract. Um, another reason why I started doing lives is because it does help people, and I want people to know that I know what the hell I'm talking about. Because sometimes, like some questions you can ask me, I'm not even going to look at my computer. If you ask me a question about a 42 section 1983 or something civil or criminal, depending on what the subject matter is, I may not even look at my computer because I already know it. That's just how many cases that I have read. And I try to tell people this all the time. If you want to know what your rights are, you need to read these cases. That's what you need to do. They're going to tell you what your rights are. Because I didn't know what my rights were before I started reading these cases. I couldn't even comprehend legalese. When I started reading all this shit, a person, an artificial person, or legal person, juristic person, I'm like, what the hell are these people talking about? Because it's like they're just making shit up. Yeah, you're right, Josh. You're right. You don't need like a contract. You don't even need to sign a contract in order for it to be valid. It can just be an implied contract based off your conduct. That's true. That's true, Josh. In my opinion, the piece of paper doesn't give you rights. It only um enumerates, or it just explains what your rights already are. Something to that effect. Something like that. Yeah, they can't give you rights. Now, civil rights they can give you. Civil law is statutory law. admiralty courts or civil law courts. I was gonna say I was shocked to kind of see that in a case, but I wasn't, because I know the nature of the action is admiralty. So, if you read some cases, you'll find I found one case that basically, that expressly said that admiralty courts are civil law courts. Civil law is statutory law. I agree with that. Okay, Josh, call in. I'll give you the floor. You can talk. You can talk for as long as you want, unless somebody else have a question. We could just, engage in some friendly dialogue or something like that. Because I do, like, people really, really need to know this shit, man. Because these people stick together, y'all. They don't care what their differences are. They will set their differences aside, and they'll be like, "Look, this is the goal. This is what we're trying to achieve. I know, me and you probably don't get along, or we don't like each other, or whatever, but let's put that, behind us. For right now, we'll deal with that shit later. Let's focus on this." And that's what they do. And this shit is everywhere. Everywhere. It's everywhere, man. All right, the call-in number, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all the call-in number again. The call-in number is 563-999-3602. Just call in and press 1, and I'll turn your microphone on. And we can have a conversation, man. Everything, like, if you want to talk about something that you feel like I should talk about on the channel that I haven't, go ahead, as long as you know what you're talking about, because I don't want people coming on here spreading misinformation. And I don't want that misinformation to be a representation of my channel, because that's not what I do. Because everything on here that I talk about, I know what the fuck I'm talking about, because I show you the cases. All these cases that I cite in the community section under my channel, those cases that I pull from other cases. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. How many of y'all know how to draft a motion? How many of y'all know how to draft a motion? All of this stuff is so easy, y'all. I promise y'all, it is so easy. When I tell y'all, I know y'all probably saw some of my videos, and in my videos, I was trying to just drill it in your head that these people are not smarter than you. They just read, and that's the truth. They're not smarter than you. They just read. That's all they do. They just read. Or either they went to school and they had somebody who was seasoned, experienced, that already went through what they were getting ready to go through, and they taught them the same thing that I'm doing. It's the same shit. Same shit. If you have any questions or you want to call in or talk, just press 1. I'll turn your microphone on, man, and we can go ahead and talk. I really want to talk about some criminal cases tonight. Certain criminal cases I can give you advice on. Certain I probably can't, because I've never really dealt with a felony, anything like that before. Most of mine were just misdemeanors, but I can tell you that it pretty much all works the same way. It doesn't matter if it's a felony or a misdemeanor. It's always the facts. I don't care what it is. It's always the facts of the case. Always. Good evening, caller 2404. How you doing?
What up, dog?
What's good, man?
Yeah, so like I was saying, all right, so let's take it back a little bit. Everything is contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that is because they incorporated everything,
mm-hmm.
right? So when you go to these courthouses and corporations, you want to see them squirm, start trying to squeeze that EIN out of them. I just went through it. I just finished the case today. It's a little petty case. They caught me a misdemeanor speeding case. Dude was hiding behind some building or whatever. Started giving me all kinds of trouble, whatever. Gave me a ticket. I gave him a passport. He seen on a passport said that he and he went around and found a license and he canceled that contract out yet. So he comes to the car, and when he gives me the ticket, he damn near throws it at me and runs away. Rather than going to court back and forth with it. You know what I'm saying? So all right, so I go to court, and when I go up in there, I'm not really playing with him. I'm going to the clerk. I already sent a couple filings in, motions, affidavits, stuff like that. They didn't try to acknowledge it. Went to the clerk. When I went to the clerk, I told her, I said, oh, no, I'm here. I need your W-9. I need your EIN. You seen 3 people's face behind that glass get wide open. Hold on. Right? They didn't want to give it to me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
it's a corporation.
then they made me wait like half an hour. Come back to me and say, oh, the ADA is going to give it to you. They waiting for you upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So I go upstairs. I already know they jive me, right?
Yeah.
So I go upstairs.
Man, you ain't finna get that EIN number, man. They ain't gonna get that EIN.
But that's okay. Some of them will give it to you. Because I'm backdating all my cases and stuff, and out of the 4 courts that I had to deal with, 2 of them gave it straight up.
What?
So yeah. So, but they didn't want to give it to me over here where I'm at. I'm not gonna disclose all that. But
Gotcha.
So when I go in front of the prosecutor, he's trying to cut me some kind of deal, and I say, "Oh, I'm not here to plead. I'm not doing anything. I'm not here to plead." I said, "Oh, by the way, they told me downstairs you was gonna give me the EIN." She started laughing like at an outburst. She didn't know how to react. Like if she'd have had water in her mouth, she would have spit it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We go in front of the judge. And when he started talking his name stuff, I told him, I said, that's not me. I'm not here. That's not me. He got really mad. Mm-hmm. So I'm okay, you can leave then, and try to issue a bench warrant for me.
Yeah, they do that shit. That's what they do.
Right. Meanwhile, a bench warrant is a negotiable instrument too.
Mm-hmm. Yep, damn sure will. Matter of fact,
right, that's what the word warrant is. So
I got a. Let me cut you off right there. I'm sorry. I got a piece of paper down here. I have to pull it up. I'm gonna screenshot that shit and post it to my to the community section on that. But anyway, it's like a warrant for an arrest, and at the bottom of it, it's in quotation. It says worthless negotiable instrument. That's what that motherfucker say.
Yeah, that's what a warrant is. It's to warrant, to allow. Mm-hmm. It's all in the words, man. It's all in the words.
Yeah, I'm gonna post that shit. But go ahead, man. I ain't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I said, all right, I said, all right, you got it. He was pissed off. So I said, you got it, it's fine, I'm right here. He said, all right, what you want to do today? I said, I don't know what you think I'm here to do. I'm not here to plead. He was pissed off. He said, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to come back in 2 weeks and start over. So I go in there today, right? And the prosecutor act like she didn't know who I was. Now, mind you, a lot of this is decorum too. We'll figure it out. So a lot of this is decorum too. Hold on one second. Hey, give her shoes back. Go give her shoes back. So now, a lot of this is decorum. Because when I go into court today, it's a full house. But you already know what it's like in the streets, man. They don't take it serious, man. They go in there, flip-flops, T-shirt. They're not ready for business. This is a business transaction.
It really is.
Commercial transaction.
It really is, man. They doing business
right?
with you. They doing business with you behind that name, what is it, the city of whatever. But people think they actually think that they are in an actual city. No, you in a fucking building owned probably by that corporation, and that corporation has sued your ass. That's what they did. They filed a lawsuit against your ass. Right. That's what they did.
Right. Now, and that's a good point. See, because what they do is, and I mean, this information is readily accessible, but people got to look for it. See. And from an idealistic standpoint, like I can feel that with you too. We feel like the whole world needs to know this, but the bad news is most of the world they don't want to know this. They don't want to.
Yeah, they don't come to channels like this until they just feel like there ain't no hope, and then they start looking for answers on their own.
Right.
And then that's when they find
you want to go run behind someone to save you.
Yeah, man. That's what they do, man. That's what they do.
And that's how they did it. They play good cop, bad cop. Oh, don't worry, you can come over here. I'm your president, I'll save you. But, you did this, so you got to go to jail. And while you in jail, we're going to monetize that and make money off you. But don't worry, I'm here to save you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's slavery, man. These folks,
right?
They're doing exactly what Yusuf said. They are engaging in a very sophisticated form of slavery. That's what the fuck these folks doing.
Yeah, but it's all on contract.
Yeah, but they people don't know this shit.
It's on contract.
I heard a judge say one day in court, I think he was getting ready to revoke somebody's probation or something like that. He looks at whoever it was. He says, "You violated the terms and conditions of our agreement."
That's right.
I said, well, hold on, I'm like, what the fuck?
That's right.
I'm kind of shocked a little bit. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, man, this is fuck. This is a contract. But yeah, that's what it is, man.
That's all. Listen. That's all these lower courts are. Family court, all of them. It's all contract. If you go to family court and you refuse to sign, and they can't get any power through any kind of negotiable instrument, then they got no power over you. Now, a negotiable instrument is also in bonds. A bond is it comes in a lot of forms. When you go, can you please stop while I'm doing something for real? Stop playing. Go play. So now, when you go and you register your car, they give you a title.
Mm-hmm.
But the title is a renter's title, and it's on 25% cotton watermark bond paper. It's a bond. That's a negotiable instrument.
That ain't even like they're not even giving you the title to the car. Like that's I think that's what they call an equitable title or something like that. You don't even have legal title to the car.
I'm gonna explain that to you. Real quick. The original title for a car is a manufacturer certificate of origin, right? So what they do is they put it in the all cap state trust, right? And they give you a bond for it because it's been collateralized. These political parties are collateralizing that. That's why you got Republicans and Democrats in every district, because they're the ones collateralizing this stuff. And they use it for leverage. They use it for leverage for getting money, and this is how that whole system works. I'm going to break it down to you real quick.
Okay, go ahead. I was just about to ask you that.
So
go
the
ahead.
Say again?
I was just about to ask you to do that. Go ahead.
All right, so the state is a corporation. I mean, I got all the DMV numbers for them and whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the state has a trust, right?
Okay.
So the state has a trust, and the DMVs are the private membership associations that you go and sign up for. You are right there when you go, you are creating a joinder between yourself and what's called a public transmitting utility. People call it a straw man, you call it whatever you want, a person, right? Okay. That's your public insurance, right? It's got all this collateral behind it, these credits behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you go and sign up to the DMV, that's a PMA, it's a private membership association, okay? It has bylaws, it's a contract. You operate on these bylaws, these statutes, these codes, that's why they're not laws, right? So you go and that all caps person, and you put your picture right next to it. That means it's you. Not you, but you've accepted it.
Hold on, let me ask you this.
Okay.
So you said
now what happens is the DMV operates for the state trust. The police are private companies that are contracted to be trustees for that state trust. That's why when you go back into like the 90s when I started learning this stuff, everybody says, oh, the police aren't here for you. They're here for corporate interest. Yeah, they're private companies that have been hired for the benefit of a corporate interest. Okay. So that's why when they pull you over, the first thing they got to do is they got to see, okay, you got a state plate. That means you're collateral on the state trust that I'm a trustee for. Okay, you've given me a license. That means you're operating on the private membership agreement. Okay, now you have attached yourself to the public transmitting utility. Therefore, when I send you to the courts, they can monetize you. The whole time when you get that bond for your car, it's collateralized for credits for these parties, these Democrat and Republican parties. That's how they keep getting rich and everybody else keeps sitting around poor. That's how they're able, through contract, to take your stuff from you. That's how under contract they're able to drag you into court. That's how under contract they're able to get to those credits. It's all contract, because even if you stay in the system, the legislative body has given the administrative body the powers to operate on a contract level. And that's why, because they bring in the bar as a third party to negotiate the contracts. That's why the prosecutor's got to have bar cards. That's why the judge got to have a bar card, because they got to negotiate the contract. And then they take those bonds, those tickets. When you get arrested, they take those bonds and they put them on the municipal bond market. They put them together as ETFs, but you can find them. I was looking at some last night, man. Where I'm at, I was going through some of this stuff, and in some of these municipal bond packages, in some of these packages for the city, it shows the municipal bonds in those packages get 156% return.
Damn.
It's guaranteed return because everybody showed up to court and everybody paid the ticket.
Hell no.
It's a guaranteed win. So now, okay, I go today, right? I go today after, last time showing up, I always show up dressed up though, I'm looking like I'm ready for business. I show up. She act like she ain't seen me before. So, I'm very glad that you showed up well dressed today. I said, well, thank you. She says, okay, well, I see you have this job in this meeting. What you want to do today? You want to plead guilty or not guilty? Now, she already saw me. She already saw it the last time. I said, or you want to take care of it today? She had it real, she emphasized. I said, we'll take care of it today. She turned a misdemeanor speeding violation into a rear seatbelt violation and charged me $10 because they know that I knew what's up. I was digging around for those EINs because if you go and report them for having these transactions without paying taxes on it because they're not a legal authority, a lawful authority, they'll get audited and they'll drop the cases off.
I've heard about that before.
They don't pay taxes on any of this.
I've never done that. I've never done that before, but I heard about it. But I want to backtrack just a little bit because if I'm not mistaken, I think you said that the statutes, because the states are corporations, I think you equated the statutes to their bylaws. Would that be correct?
Yeah, when you go through a private membership association, typically they're known as bylaws, which are statutes, codes, regulations, but not laws.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why everybody running around talking about, this is not lawful. Yeah, you're right, it's not lawful, but are you a part of an adhesion contract? Because if you're part of an adhesion contract, then they're laws for you because you're operating in that private membership association where you get benefits and privileges. What kind of benefits and privileges are you getting? Now, if you don't feel like you're getting that, then why are you a part of that contract?
You teaching me something.
That's why they bully you.
Yeah, you teaching me something because I didn't really look at them as bylaws, but I knew that it was policy and not law. And I know that the term policy is corporate in nature. That's just my contention. The word policy is corporate in nature.
Absolutely.
Because
absolutely.
Every corporation that I know have a policy. Everybody.
That's right.
And you cannot enforce your policy.
You gotta look at it like this.
Go ahead.
You gotta look at it like this. When they started having to incorporate themselves to get money to, do whatever they want to do, and they take their little bit off the top, right? When they do that, they're not operating in equity. That's why equity always trumps them. So if you look at it like this is how I explain it to people. Okay, I got a piece of land, right? I got a piece of land. It's my land. Can't nobody tell me what to do. I got a deed. A company comes and says, hey, I would like to lease this land out from you. I say, okay, we make an agreement, right? They build a building, a factory. They bring employees into that factory. Now, they make a big code of conduct book for their employees, but never in a moment in the day, me, the owner of the land, do I have to operate by that code of conduct. I'm not signing the contract for that. I'm the trustee of the land. It's my fiduciary responsibility to make sure that land is okay. They're the beneficiary because they're benefiting from it. You see what I'm saying? And that's what they've done. Because everybody got to get paid.
Man, I wouldn't be surprised.
If you look at it, the system got finessed. Yeah,
they do it, man. It's, in my opinion, it's that damn legalese, man. They fuck the motherfuckers up with that.
Oh yeah.
That legalese ain't no joke.
You can call that out too, but I found it's best not to. I found it's best not to cause any controversy in the court. Everything you got to do, you can do without even really going to court. You might have to show up and keep your mouth shut, but you ain't even got to argue with them really. Just report their ass. You report them, man.
Yeah.
They doing a whole bunch of illegal stuff, and the only reason they get away with this is because nobody's saying anything.
Okay. Somebody just said.
Go ahead.
SG just said he's in the chat. I think let me read what he said. He says what he's talking about explains the importance of challenging personal jurisdiction. They presume you are part of their private organizations based on your minimum contacts or conduct. Now I agree with that. That's true, but that's too easy to do. So they ain't finna do that shit, man. They not finna. Some of them will, because I've actually challenged jurisdiction before on traffic tickets like that, and I've won the cases. You know what I'm saying? They never told me that they didn't have jurisdiction. They just acted very differently, and the cases was always no process and shit like that, because that's what type of shit that they do. They don't never want to tell you, you know what?
Yeah.
You right, my bad. We fucked up. We don't have jurisdiction over you. Shit like that. They ain't gonna never say that. They ain't gonna do shit like that.
It's true. That's true.
Yeah,
they never admit it, because then the whole show would be up. That's why when, a couple years ago, I got into a tip with the police and they beat me up. beat me up pretty good, and they didn't have a reason to. And every time I had to go to court, I would show up at 9 o'clock. They wouldn't let me in until 4 o'clock. The whole courtroom would be empty.
Yeah.
Because they knew what time it was.
If you know what you're talking about, they gonna do that. Cause I've had that done to me a lot. They give me what they call special settings. That's what they do to me. That's what they do to me. They had
Now going on what you go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say like it's just me, about 4 or 5 police officers, a bailiff, and a judge in there. That's it. Ain't nobody else in that motherfucker. That's it.
You ain't got no witnesses on your
side. Man, none. No, that's what they do, man.
Now, when you talking about family court, it's the same thing, but it's actually a little bit easier, see, because in family court, they got to coerce you to sign something. And they need you to sign it because your signature is releasing credit to them. And now some of this is starting to come into the public. I keep my eyes on the daily topics in trans. And now people are starting to figure out, they don't know why, because they don't know the in-depth situation, but they start to figure out that all this child support is actually paying for all this retirement accounts for these people that work in the court. And they can't figure like, why, how? I don't understand it. That's crooked. It's like, well, actually it's gone by the law. Y'all just ain't paying attention. Because you go in there and you sign the paper. I got friends that went in there and got challenged with child support or whatnot, and they didn't sign the paper. And they didn't get no child support. And if they would have been, you go against the enforcement agencies, because they're also corporations that aren't paying taxes on this stuff. You see? So, and I mean, there's actually quite a few processes, man. There's been some stuff coming to the light, man. But, you know, the thing is, everybody wants to say, oh, you're crooked. But you got to understand you're dealing in contracts. So where is the contract? And that was something that I specified when I got there. I said, I'm okay with whatever happens, but can you just show me the contract? Show me where I'm in contract with you, and I will agree. Just show me where I'm in contract with you. And that's why he got upset, because there is no contract between us. That's the same thing as challenging jurisdiction.
Yeah, I agree.
You're in contract court. So it's putting it right out there. Show me the wet ink signature where I'm in contract with you.
They act like when you ask for the contract and shit, they act like they don't know what the hell you talking about. That's what they do.
They will, but when you leave, you'll notice that you ain't on the docket no more.
They know what you're talking about, though. They know what you're talking about because the nature of that, it is admiralty. I'm 100% sure it is admiralty. Ain't no doubt in my mind about that shit. I did a video, live, probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I called it The Nature of the Action. And in that video, I posted a little excerpt from clerk's praxis on the types of bonds that they had. And I cross-referenced those bonds to the statutory bonds for the state where I am. And all of the elements of those, all of the elements of each of those bonds match. All of them. It's admiralty.
That's because, let me explain to you why, okay? And this is going to be something that you ain't never heard before, okay? But the reason that is because we built on that model. That thing that they call the American flag is actually property of what's called the Crown Company, which is a company that's created between the Vatican and the Rothschilds. And I believe that that's royalty. I can't prove that yet, okay? So everybody says, God bless America, okay? And they don't understand the chain of title to that flag. The reason that flag is there is because of a Jesuit named Alex White. That's also why they named the White House, not because it's painted white. They painted it white because of him, okay? And this is also why when he came over here and he dealt with the Masons that everybody called the Founding Fathers, okay? They weren't fully controlled yet until July 4th, 1776, because that's the day that Adam Weishaupt, who had created the Illuminati that was sanctioned by the Vatican, okay, was able to take over Scottish Rite Freemasonry, therefore controlling those Masons as well. And I have a copy of the Declaration of Independence, and the original has a Crown Company stamp and a Crown Company copyright on it, okay? So this whole thing has been a ruse the whole time. They never should have walked away from the Articles of Confederation where there was an unincorporated government. Instead, what they did was they buried it. They made a Declaration of Independence and a Constitution that was signed by 39 people that weren't even in office, and told everybody that was the law of the land, and that was just the beginning, you see? So the Constitution itself is also bylaws and codes and regulations for anybody that operates in their private membership association. I don't need a piece of paper to tell me my rights. Natural law tells me my rights.
Yeah, I agree.
If something gets thrown up, it comes down.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Real shit. You're right. You're right.
And they got everybody running around over here with the phaser, talking about the Constitution, talking about this and that, not even realizing that all of this has been staged. Even the Civil War, there was Jesuits on both sides causing the war to keep going. All of this,
man.
They were the ones that had the votes. You know, I'm sure you know about hustling a little bit. They always tell you where it come from, how it get to the hood. We ain't got no votes, we ain't got no votes. How it getting here?
Straight up. Yeah, you're right. Man. You're right. How long you been studying, man?
Oh, 15 years, something like that. 15, 16 years.
When did it click for you? When did it just clicked? What happened?
I had my restaurant. So it was probably about 6 years ago. I started really clicking into place.
Mm-hmm.
And then when COVID hit and I started having to double down and make sure my kids was all right, that's when I started not sleeping to study this. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Because I was really concerned about what they were doing with that. You know, I won't even say that word no more, so it cause any trouble. You know, we'll just call it Charlie 1-9er. But so when that hit, man, you know, I was really concerned about my children because they're not in my domicile for the time being.
Gotcha.
And so I started really like trying to get down to it. And I had got suppressed on media for a while because I had about 10, 15 videos of it. He took all of them down and started sending me all kinds of threats. This is before they started doing it real massively. I found a couple of doctors that knew what was going on, and I just kept digging into it, man. And I just, you know, look, people say, oh, you know, I work all day, I'm tired, I'm gonna go home. They go home, they grab a remote, they let the television program them. Mm-hmm. That ain't never been me. That just ain't never been me. I go home and I continue to go until I go to sleep. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
This is what we always. When things are important to us, we find a way to put the most important things up front.
Yeah.
And so when someone says, "Oh, I ain't got time for that," it means it's not important to them.
Yeah, we should at least do that. Like this, I ain't gonna lie, man. This shit is scary, man. The way like it because it's so serious. Everything that they doing that's going on, and they not even finished. They not even halfway through what they planning, man. So it's
no, but understand this, all right? It's all contracts. So all this stuff, all right, I'll give you an example because you were talking about the digital currency, right?
Yeah.
There ain't no money already.
Exactly.
Only 1% of the money is paper.
Yeah. Everything, what they call it, money of account, numbers on the screen.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
It's all credit and debit. It's a ledger.
That's it. When I took
it's a ledger, man. The whole world is on a house of cards with derivatives. There ain't no money, man. I'm gonna tell you something else too. You know who else is a part of BRICS?
What's that?
Bank Mellon, New York.
Bank Mellon, New York.
They're a member of BRICS. Bank Mellon, New York is the only entity in this country that can write on their letterhead that their address is the United States. They own chain of title to that. And if you look at Bank Mellon, New York, that's the old gangsters. All right. Before they was running the stock market, they was running pig farming. Right. This is in New York back in the day. Now they got real famous being gangsters because they was dumping bodies and letting the pigs eat them.
Wow.
They moved into the stock market. They started playing with the Rothschilds. Started moving into the stock market. Now they own the entire stock market, and now they're trying to shift everybody over. So when they start saying, "Oh, you gotta be afraid, man," that they peddling all that down here. Five of the biggest news stations are all in the same trust. It's 5 Northern Trusts. They're all owned by the same people. Don't matter if you pick red or blue, left or right. Okay, the dude that owns Fox News, Rupert Murdoch, has been knighted. He has a title of nobility. He's part of the program. You go to the other side, the CIA runs it. It's all the same thing.
Man, shouldn't nobody have that much power, man. But unfortunately, they do.
Yeah, but they keep giving it to them.
People just, they just lost, man. People lost. I feel like it's just I feel like it ain't nothing we can do because the fight ain't fair. So, but I know we got to do something because they're not gonna stop. It's gonna get worse and worse because the cost of I was gonna say the cost of living is going up, but it's really not. It's just the value of the dollar is going down. So,
Absolutely.
it's just terrible, man. It's terrible. That's why I started going live. I had a lot of people told me like that I need to go live and teach people this stuff. I've been told I need to go to law school and all this, and I told I ain't want to go to law school. I don't have time for that shit. But I just got fed up, and I just wanted to help people. So that's why I started going live, man. And I just tell people everything that I know. If I know the answer to it, I'm gonna give you the answer to it. Once I go live, you got me.
I feel you, but it's just like when you're in the streets hustling, man. You start with a small effect. You start with one homie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you move on, you get your little posse, and it gets too big, then it gets out of control. You know, you gotta have a few people that's real tight next to you that can make power moves, man. Protect yourself and protect the people next to them,
Yeah.
and protect people that are next to them, and move like that, and let it spread organically. I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong at all. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying in order to be optimized, the focus point should be on that. Keep doing what you're doing and get your little crew and operate like that. Because that's how y'all going. Everybody, in order to fix this, in order to have people fix this, they gotta fix it for themselves. They gotta bring something to the table. Because a lot of people come to these kind of things when the back is against the wall or they want something for free. They don't want freedom. They want something for free. They want wealth.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And anybody with a right mind knows you earn things. You're not given things. That's what got people into this situation to begin with.
I agree.
Because the government comes and says, "Oh, okay, I didn't hit." That's how it goes.
I agree. I was gonna say that. I agree, and I don't mind donating some of my time. I can't give everybody all my time, but I don't mind donating some of my time to help people. This shit, man, like in Alabama, the prison system in Alabama is so overcrowded. This shit is terrible. They don't want to let your ass out of prison in Alabama. They don't want to let you out. In the county jail, and it's full of young. The county jail is full of young men, young black men, and the last I heard it was like 5 to 6 people to a cell. You barely can fit 4 in there. Man, it's just terrible, man. It's terrible. But I'm glad you called in. How long have you studied the family court thing? Because I want to get somebody who knows. I don't want nobody on the channel misrepresenting stuff. Because I really want to help people with this family court shit.
I mean, at the end of the day, I started getting into that. I said like about my kids. I haven't had to go in and prove nothing, but I understand how they operate. When you're dealing with family court, when you're dealing with kids, they got to be able to get a hold of that birth certificate because that's the collateral, right? So what you got to do is you got to put notice of a lien on it. If you got kids, you put notice of a lien. They can't do nothing about it. They can't monetize it. Someone's already in line. First in line, first in right. So right now, if somebody showed up from one of these 3-letter agencies, started talking about what's going on whatever property I'm at with my kids, they might even take them. They're going to bring them back in half an hour, or they're going to suffer the consequences for it financially. And they know that because once they start looking stuff up, all this stuff is public notice. You see? So they come, they find out that's what's going on.
So
they come and bring them back. You come pick them up.
Are you saying that basically, when you have to go to family court, and the state is bringing claims against you or whatever, that they file a lien against your child's birth certificate?
Yeah. All right, let me explain something to you. Are you the person on that birth certificate?
No.
Is that you?
No. Okay.
All right.
I see.
So whose name is on that docket?
Your persons, your juristic persons, your legal persons, your mask.
It's not yours. You didn't make it.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw something, and I give a lot of props to some people making moves like Pastor the way, man. He tough studies, man. But him and Floyd was going through something the other day that I didn't even notice. If you look at the line under the Social Security account where you sign, it's microprint. It says property of SSA.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's not yours.
Yeah.
No.
You're right. I know what you're talking.
None of it's yours.
You're talking about on a Social Security card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. If you get a magnifying glass and look at it, it's damn sure not a line.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a line. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Right. So even that ain't yours. None of it's yours. Right. So when you go to court, let's say I go, for my kids, whatever. Right. When I read that docket, the style, that's my kid's name, but that's not my kid's name in that style. It's not in that style on purpose. That's a legalese. That's a sleight of hand. Mm-hmm. They're not even talking about my kids. They're talking about the attachment, that joinder of that entity, right?
That's that person that they
when
created.
When I put a lien on them, I'm not putting a lien on them. I'm putting a lien on that entity, and that's what they try to get. And they try to presume that joinder an implied contract.
So why?
But it's implied.
Why are they putting a claim? Why are they putting a claim on it though? Or what are they trying to? What's the whole purpose of the claim other than to get some type of money or something like that? That's the only thing that I can think of.
Well, it's not money. When we spoke about that, we know it's not money. It's credit.
Yeah, I agree.
They might be able. All right.
Hold on.
All right. So
okay.
There's ways to take crypto. There's ways to take crypto and funnel it into like a gift card, a bank card, right? So they might be able to pull something off like that, but they got to get to the credits first. Now, if you follow in the 1980s, I think, it's called the Franklin cover-up, ex-FBI agent Ted Gunderson, right? One of the little street agents. He had like 20,000 FBI agents under him. He came across a child that came to him and explained to him, this is in the Midwest, that he had been trafficked by bankers and top politicians, and that when he brought a claim against them as a child, they killed his parents, they killed a bunch of people behind him, and he went and researched this. Him and his boy were sleeping in a car nights on end investigating this stuff because he was retired at this point, and it was all true. And he came to find out that CTS, what we call CTS, DCF, whatever three-letter agency at that time it is, was taking children and trafficking them, not just to everyday people in the Midwest, but to people that were flying in from jets everywhere, politicians across the country, across the world. And the way they do that is because they get a hold of that birth certificate, so they got claim on that child.
Okay, so they one, it is human trafficking. Two, they trafficking these kids and I guess holding them in some type of pedophile ring or some shit like that. That's what it seems like to me.
Absolutely. That's I mean, there's a lot of information coming out expressing that right now. Technology is a double-edged sword for them because it's giving people a lot of information very quick. However, they're learning how to turn that around and dumb people down with it at the same time. However, like I said, if something is important to you, you will make it to be a priority. If it's not important to you, you're going to go watch TikTok and lay on your couch all day. It don't matter. But if you want the information, it's there. You see? This is what they've been doing the whole time.
They swept that
CPS is an agency. But
no, I was gonna say that what is that Jeffrey Epstein case or whatever, they swept that shit under the rug. Like I haven't heard anything about that case, man.
Oh well, they released the flight logs. They released the flight logs. I'm gonna tell you, somebody was on it. Watch how this turned your head. Alec Baldwin was on there, right? Alec Baldwin supposedly shot that girl on accident. That girl that got shot, quote unquote, on accident, was just about to come out with a child trafficking documentary, another one, because he's part of that system, and they leverage them. So they go over to the island, they enjoy themselves doing nasty stuff because they're nasty people, and then later they say, you're going to do this. You already know how extortion works, man.
Yeah.
And they say, all right, well, you're going to do this. We're going to put a live one in there. You're going to take care of that. Well, I don't want to. Well, if you don't, I'm going to let this tape out and let everybody know who you really are. All your money will be gone. You'll be going to jail, and the whole world will hate you.
Yeah, that's how they control them rappers, man. They do the same shit to them rappers.
That's right.
Man.
Same thing.
They do the same thing, man. This is crazy.
Same thing, man.
This is crazy, man. This is crazy. It's crazy.
The shortest distance between 2 points is a line, my man. I mean, You know?
Yeah.
So when you deal with family court, I got a friend of mine, pretty close friend of mine. The mother of his children tried to take him to court for custody child support, and he just outright refused to sign any documentation, anything they said. They did the communist proposal and made him take a psych evaluation. He accepted, he took it. He never signed any paperwork. Nothing ever happened. He got rights to his kids.
All that shit voluntary, man. All of it voluntary. Everything is voluntary.
That's right. That's why they trying to take bullying to such an extreme, dog. When I was a kid, when you my age, so when you was a kid, what did mama say? Man, let me tell you something. If you come home talking about you got bullied and beat up, you're going to get beat up when you get home too. I don't care if you lose the fight, but you stand up for yourself. Yeah. Now they say, no, you don't do that. You run and tell somebody. Man. Meanwhile, they work on their bullying skills. They the bullies.
Yeah, they really are. They really are, man. They are, and if you don't know what they can and can't do, you'll do it because it's just so you don't want your kids to be taken. You know what I'm saying? You thinking that if you don't do what they want you to do, that they gonna try to use that against you, and they will. They'll try to use that against you and probably try to give you a mental evaluation, a psych evaluation, want to give you a drug test and all this shit. And if you don't do it, you'll lose your kids, and they just do all types of shit, man. Pardon my language. I like to express myself. Yeah. I have a low tolerance.
It's your platform. I don't want to, that's why I watch my mouth, because I don't know,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all contract, man. It's all contract, all of it. And they've been given that power by another corporation. Because the U.S. government is a corporation too. Dun & Bradstreet, 0527141196.
Yeah, all of them got it.
All of these states are corporations.
All of them.
And all of them are also UN members as well.
All of them are. I don't know about the UN members. I'm not saying you're wrong about that, but I know for a fact that these motherfuckers are corporations. All of them. I don't even see how you can't even sue these motherfuckers in state court because they not sovereign. When I hear the term state, I think state in reference to the people, because the people constitute the state, not the corporations, but they are corporations.
Well, hold on, because you got to understand, in order for someone to be in a state, okay, they got to have a sign oath of allegiance. Anybody sign an oath of allegiance? Sign a social compact for that state?
Okay, so you said there's elements to it then. No, I didn't.
Because they won't let you. They won't let you because there are no states. They're all corporations. The corporation can't be a state. They can't be the same thing. So, and I have a map from UCAL, okay? There haven't been any states since 1974. Everything is bar districts and corporations. There are no states. They tell you it's a state, but you just said it yourself. Someone walks into a courtroom and says, oh, well, it says, town of, so I assume this is a court. You think when you walk in, it says state of, so it must be a state. No, man. It's in all caps for a reason. Yeah, the creature of statute.
You're in a corporation, and they filing lawsuits against people, man. These motherfuckers they slick, man.
You got an employee number. You assumed an employee number.
They slick, boy. Boy, they slick. They slick, man.
Hey, let me get out of here, man. It was good talking to you, though.
All right, please, man.
Yeah, though.
All right, back to the chat. Let's see what's going on. Sorry about that, y'all. But again, look, if you want to call into the show, 563-999-3602. What's up, Mr. Cummins? How you doing, man? I'm good. Baba, what's up? I'm good, man. If y'all are watching, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button. I really appreciate that. But Mr. Cummins, I haven't went over all of the information that you sent me yet, but that was some pretty good information, especially about the Brady list. It seems like whoever did that research, it seems like they did all of the legwork for you, and they just took out what was very important that people needed to know, and that's what they focused on. That's what it seems like to me. And people really need to know this stuff, man. You need to know what your rights are. You need to know that you are not dealing with public servants. You're dealing with officers of a corporation called the state of, and they are suing you for breaching public policy. Let me rephrase that. For allegedly breaching public policy. That's what they're doing. You are in an administrative court. That is where you are. They're suing you. Administrative agencies exercise quasi-legislative and judicial authority. That's why I posted all those cases on there for y'all. They are suing you. They're 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 suing you. I don't know in what capacity that they're suing you, whether it be a state citizen or a U.S. citizen, but they are suing you, and they're doing business with you. A plea deal, a plea agreement, that's a contract. A bond is a contract. I don't give a damn what type of bond it is. An appeal bond is a contract. A plea agreement is a contract. So this is what I did. Like before I even go to court, I already have my paperwork ready. And I go straight to the clerk's office. I get all my shit time stamped and filed into the court's docket before I go into court, because I want motherfuckers to know. I want the judge to know, which is the executive administrator, because it's not a judge or a magistrate or whatever. I want them to know that I'm here on a special appearance and so adequately distinguished the legalese from a general appearance. I'm not here to answer any questions. I'm here under duress, by the way, because if I don't come to court, then y'all gonna issue a warrant for the seizure of my person, or so to speak. And I kind of play with them. You know, I sometimes I remember one time I did like a conditional plea of guilt, you know, and because you can do that. Like if you're in a municipal court, I'm gonna tell you 9 times out of 10, the chances are they kind of very slim to none that you'll win in a municipal court, because they're not courts of record. So there's really no court reporting in there. So in my opinion, if your case is in municipal court, if it's a traffic ticket, resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, pistol without a permit, whatever, I would enter into a conditional plea of guilt, provided that you don't waive your right to an appeal, and provided that the court or the prosecutor either waives the appeal bond, so you don't have to pay anything, or so you don't have to pledge anything like that. Or if they do make you pay something, make it not be over this certain amount. You can do all that shit. The reason why you can do all of that is because everything in there is a contract. They're doing business with you, man. That's a corporation. They have a DUNS number and a EIN number. That is a corporate entity. That is a fiction. That is a creature of statute. That is a corporation. I don't know what else to put it. I can't find any other way to tell it to y'all. It's a corporation. 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 And they are officers. Those are not public servants. Those are officers. That's why they call them officers. Those are officers. All corporations have officers. All of them do. I don't know what else to tell y'all, man. Let me see if I'm gonna check the phone lines. If you want to say anything, press 1. I'll turn your microphone on, and we can just go from there. Let's see. Let me go back to the phone lines and see. Okay. Good evening, caller 5660. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. What can I do for you?
I was calling because I wanted to file a lawsuit against the police department, or the officers for the police department. They had illegally put some tracking devices on, which later led to a search warrant on my house. And so they ended up arresting me. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
Okay. So they ended up arresting me and my significant other. I had filed a little bit of paperwork like a few months after they filed, after we got charged or whatever. And they ended up dropping the cases in the state, but they picked him up in the feds and put him on conspiracy with some other people and used the stuff that they found at my house for that.
Well,
so when I went to get a attorney, And he was all on board, like, yeah, you got a good case. He sent a letter of it, a letter of intent to the mayor or the governor, whoever, and from then on out, it was cool. And then he ended up talking to my significant other lawyer, which is he's an he's just not a pleasant person. So since then, since he talked to my significant other's lawyer, he's just been like putting it off. So I don't know if he told him anything or whatever, but he's just like not trying to move forward with my lawsuit. So I'm just like, I want to do it myself.
Okay.
Oh, and another important fact, my significant other went to trial on his case. So everything came out during the trial that they were lying, or they lied multiple times on the affidavits to put tracking marks on my car and in my house. So it was really, he was a target of an investigation, but they couldn't keep up with him, so they were putting stuff on my cars to keep up with him.
Okay. Okay. Let's backtrack a little bit. You say you wanted to file a lawsuit because somebody, I'm guessing, the police officers, unlawfully put a tracking device on your car or in your home or something like that.
Yeah. No, they put a tracking device on two of my vehicles.
Okay.
One of them they couldn't get to. They ended up never putting a tracking device on that, but they had got it. And then the other one, they put a tracking device on my other truck. And then after that, it's about 6 tracking devices that they got warrants for.
Okay.
And they were all illegal though. So the basis for the tracking devices were everything that they stated in there came out at trial that was not the truth.
Okay. I believe you still can sue them. That's a Fourth Amendment violation, right to privacy. Probably some other shit too. I would have to do some research on it. But how long ago did this happen?
This happened in 2019. He just finished with trial about not even 7 months ago, 6 months ago.
You might not be able to sue them then. Personal injury lawsuits, they generally have to be brought in federal court within I want to say 2 to 3 years. You may have them like suing them in state court. But state court, they so corrupt. Just hope you can get you a good judge. If you can get you a good judge, and if you know how to argue your case, you should win something. But you definitely have a cause of action to me. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, the lawyer was definitely on board. He was with it. He said it was a good case. He said first we were going to start with the mayor, and then he was going to send it to the insurance company for the police officers, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
But he never,
This is what I think you need.
But he never said anything about state. He was going to route through federally.
Yeah. But I don't think I think the statute of limitations is just up on that unless they're gonna toll it. What they call equitable tolling, and I don't. They may do that in your jurisdiction. I know some they don't do it everywhere, so they may do it where you are. But I would have to read cases on that or something like that. So let me ask you this: on a scale of 1 to 10, how well can you comprehend legalese?
Like 6 or 7.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out what type of advice to give you because this is kind of tricky because they make it to where you have to file your lawsuit as soon as the violation occurs. That's what they do. I know they do that here.
Well, I couldn't do it then because I was still going through court the process myself.
Yeah, you would have lost anyway.
So it took them about a year to even.
You would have lost anyway because they would have said your claims were hit barred or something like that. This is kind of low. I ain't gonna say it's complex, but this would take. I would have to do a little research on it. Because I don't think you can go back to federal court. Is what I'm saying. That's where you want to be honest with you, in federal court. But if you can't go to federal, then you have to do it in state court. Because the statute of limitations for state law claims, some of them may be 2 years, some of them may be 4 years, some of them may be 6 years.
My lawyer said there's 7 years here.
70. Okay, well you got plenty of time then. So what? A Fourth Amendment claim. Okay, what do you know which claims or which causes of actions did he tell you that were on a 7-year statute of limitation?
Excuse me?
Do you know what type of, how do I put this? Do you know which causes of actions that your lawyer told you that were on a 7-year statute of limitations? Because that seems like anything that's probably about 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, or 7 years, you can still litigate those causes of actions if you have the facts to support them in state court. You can't do it in federal court because they say your personal injury suits, they generally have to be brought within 2 to 3 years. So I don't think you can do it in federal court because I think the statute of limitations is up on it. But you may be able to do it. Well, you should be able to do it in.
Well, I can remember her talk because he had my lawyer basically then just, put me off until the time passed. If that's the case.
I don't know. Let me see something because that don't sound like. I don't know. Different jurisdictions, they do different things in different places. But I don't see it. I could be wrong. I'm not right all the time.
Yeah, I'm in Minnesota.
I'm gonna look up the statute of limitations for personal injuries in Minnesota. Give me 1 second. Okay. That's a New York case. Hold on. I gotta change this. Give me a second. Let me take this out. There we go. Why is this? Give me a second. I'm reading some case. I'm reading some case citations right now. That's why I'm so quiet. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take your time.
Okay, I found one case that says this was from 1989. I would have to read this case to be sure that it's on point, but it says since the residual statute of limitations for personal injury actions applies to Section 1983 claims, the 6-year period in Minnesota, this is a Minnesota statute, whatever, logically applies to birth due process claim. You see, due to the nature of the it's not giving me because notice this being characterized. Wilson dictates that for the sake of uniform equitability and discrimination under will be controlled by Minnesota's residual 6-year. Okay, I found 2 that says 6-year and not the statute of limitation contains that. Okay, so I found 2 of them that say 6 years. So it may be 6 years. I know it's 2 years here. Hold on, statute of limitation. Let's see, constitutional malpractice claims that were outside the statute of limitations. See Minnesota statute prescribing 6-year limitations period for constitutional claims. You might have 6 years. If you have 6 years, you're good. If you have 6 years, you're good. You can take this to federal court.
Yeah, I'm sure that I have enough time.
Okay.
I'm just trying, I would like to do it myself. But I just don't, I've never filed a lawsuit before.
Okay. It's easy. Okay. Don't. I know it seems like it's somewhat intimidating. Okay, but it's not. It's easy. So basically, you start off with the complaint. I know this is it's not gonna be. You're probably not gonna retain much of this information that I'm about to give you because you would need to see it or whatever. But I do have an ebook that I do have a sample complaint in. The ebook is $10. And a link to purchase the ebook is in all of my videos. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that it starts off like jurisdiction and venue. Then you have the parties. Then you have the facts of the case. Most of this stuff is just copy and paste except for the facts of the case. The facts of the case are extremely important because that will determine if you have stated valid causes of actions to defeat qualified immunity and any other types of immunities that they'll try to allege and claim and get off on it and have your case dismissed. Okay, but it's qualified immunity is very easy to beat. It's very easy to beat. And you have, based on what you told me, it seems like you do have the facts to show that those police officers were not entitled to qualified immunity because no reasonable officer would put a tracking device on your private property without your permission. No reasonable officer would do that because that shit is unlawful. No reasonable officer would do that.
Especially to the fact that I didn't have anything to do with anything. So if I was trying to just a pawn for them to get in touch with some. I was just a pawn for them to get in touch with some.
Okay. The sample complaint in my ebook, it already has the statutes that you need to allege in your federal civil rights complaint. It already has the statutes in there. The only thing that you would need to change is probably your causes of actions. You would probably need to change state of Alabama to state of Minnesota. You know, just little basic simple shit. You would need to. You would basically need to know how to. You would say something like when you sue a police officer, never sue them in their official capacity because they consider that a suit against the state. And once you do that, the state is going to come back and they're going to claim 11th Amendment immunity and they're going to win. So don't do that. You want to always sue them in their private capacity because this shit is personal because they are not authorized by any statute anywhere to violate your rights. So when they violate your rights, they do so because they say, fuck your rights. I want to violate your rights and I'm going to violate your rights. This is personal. So you make it personal with them. As far as serving, you know, that their insurance, because they do have insurance or bonds, they do have it. Most of this stuff, like if you don't know it, you can get all that stuff through discovery. But you really just need to focus on following the actual.
I have all of his bond information.
Okay, well that's good. That's good. If it's still, accurate, that's good. If this, you don't have to do this, but if I were you, I would. It's only $10. I would go and purchase that ebook that I just told you about. I put a link for it to you. It's $10. I made it $10 on purpose because I wanted it to be affordable for people. But in that ebook, if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see a sample copy of a 42 section 1983 civil rights lawsuit. And when I tell you this stuff is easy, it is very, very, very easy. You just stay on point. If it doesn't prove your case, don't talk about it. If it proves your case, talk about it.
Okay.
Just like that. It's very easy. And I'll be here with you every step of the way if you need me to. When I go live, if you want to call in, and we'll go over it. But
okay, is it possible that I can cash after you for the ebook?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay. And then I'll send my number and then you can just send it to text it to me or email. What would you like me to put in the notes for the communication?
I mean, you could just put ebook, and we can just go from there. Or if you have enough space, you can just put your email address in there, or you can put your email address in the chat, and I'll send you a copy of the ebook.
Okay.
Also, let me tell you this: if once you get this ebook, if it does not help you, if you don't benefit in any way, let me know, and I'll refund you your money. But that book is gonna help you.
Okay.
You need to get you
Okay.
try to get you some I guess download you some law dictionaries or something like that. But I think that book is I think that book
Yeah,
is
I
all
have
you
some
need.
law dictionary. I have some law dictionaries at home.
Okay. That's good.
I have Black Law. I think I got 10th edition or 11th edition.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Also, I want to tell you this. Thank you for doing what you're doing. Don't let these people try to run over you and just think they can do whatever the hell they want to do, because they can't.
Yeah.
It's intimidating. They don't play fair. They don't play fair at all.
For sure.
They don't. I know.
Because he ended up going to trial on his case, and he was supposed to, because they lied so much, he was supposed to win his Frank hearing, but they only gave him a partial Frank hearing and didn't want to address anything else because they know that it would have opened up Pandora's box.
See,
But the stuff that they did address, it gave me everything that I needed.
Mm-hmm. They'll try to make you cop a plea real quick because they don't want you to sue them. They don't want no.
Yeah.
They don't want no liability at all. None.
Yeah. Yeah, and for my case, I had did an administrative process. But for my honey, he doesn't really know too much about it and really couldn't understand what I was saying to him. So I didn't want to file the paperwork for him because, if he comes if they bring him in the courtroom or whatever, he would know what, so I just let it be.
Yeah.
He ended up just going to trial, and he lost that trial. So he's looking to just get back on an appeal, which 9 times out of 10 he probably will, because there's so much if they did wrong,
Man, if it's that corrupt,
so many lies that they put in there.
if it's that corrupt, you'll be lucky if an appellate court even hears it. Cause they try to cover shit up like that, man. They try to cover it up.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to discourage you or anything like that. I'm just telling you what what you're dealing with. They don't play fair, man. They don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that.
Don't give up.
They weren't playing fair at trial, but
no, they not. Fighting. They not. This is a game to these people, man. This is real like this is not a game for me or you, because they playing like they're costing us money and they're playing with our freedom, but to them, to them, this is a game. And I'm not joking. This is a game to these people.
I know. And then they did so much stuff after the fact. They had went to my car at the impound lot, broke the windows out to search the car, bust the windows out. They took the rims off. They had custom rims in there. They took the rims off, left my car in awful, like no tires, no rims, nothing. They had they let someone else. They had seized 4 cars from my house. They let somebody come and get one of my cars. My boyfriend had just bought a Bentley. They came and let someone pick that car up from the impound lot and said that because it wasn't in his name, that it was nothing that they could do about it. So he just asked out of that car, and I have to buy so much stuff on my car.
Man.
Just to get it out of the impound lot.
If them people take a fingernail, a piece of hair off my body, I'm suing their ass.
Yeah. And I filed a claim against the city for the impound lot, and they dismissed my claim, saying that the car wasn't in my name at that time. Man. But it was in my name at that time. So I showed them proof. They're yet to get back to me.
Yeah, they not. This is a game, man. This is a game. These people, they not public servants. They are officers of a corporate. I mean, I've called them public servants before, but these people are officers of a corporation. That's what they are. That's what they're doing. But
Yeah.
you based on what I saw, read in these cases, you have time to sue them. You can learn this shit in 6 months or less, man. You have plenty of time.
Yeah.
It's not
So
hard.
do you think that it would be best for me to get the, do you think that it would be best for me, because that's the problem, I don't have like-minded people around, and it's kind of hard comprehending certain stuff, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So do you think it would be best for me to get the, ebook, or for me to get a consultation with you?
The ebook is cheaper. Get the ebook, and if you can't, I've tried to dumb down everything that I possibly could in that ebook to where y'all can understand it. It's in legalese, okay, but so you're gonna have to comprehend a little legalese, but you should understand it.
Mhm.
The facts. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now about the facts. I have a video that where I'm at. I have a couple of videos where I talk about how important the facts are. So the facts. Think of your facts like this. Like different. You need like let's say we'll use a red velvet cake and a German chocolate cake. I always like to use this one. So different types of cakes require different types of ingredients. It's it works the same thing with your causes of actions. The facts that you need, they're your elements. In other words, they're your ingredients that you need to create a particular cause of action against this police officer. So let's say you want to sue a police officer for assault and battery. So you would simply allege police officer. Let's say you would say something like the police officer reached for his gun and you became scared to where you peed on yourself or something like that. And then after the police officer reached for his gun, the police officer struck you or something. You only speak in a factual manner. You only make legal conclusions when you have the facts to support it. It's very easy. It's just like you telling a story. It's very, very, very easy. And that's it.
And I got a lot of facts. So
that's it. That's all you need. Just facts, facts, facts. As long as it proves your point. If it's a fact that proves an assault to your person, then you talk about it. If it's not a fact that proves an assault to your person, you don't talk about it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's very simple and very easy. Very easy.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna cash up you right now for the ebook, and then I'll just leave my information on the note.
Okay, if your email address isn't short enough to put in the cash app, then go ahead and comment it in the section on the video, the live chat on the video, so I can go ahead and send it to you. Because I'm about to I'm probably gonna end the live in probably about 30 minutes.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it for your time, and you have a good day.
Thank you. Good luck.
Okay.
JR, I filed a lawsuit February the 20th. That's what's up. All right, JR, how you feeling about your paperwork and your causes of action after the consultation? And let me see, did you get a copy of the ebook or you just got a consultation, JR? Yeah, they are the devil. Like these people don't play. I don't see how these people can wake up and look at themselves in the mirror, knowing what the fuck they're doing and knowing what the fuck is going on and be okay with it. Because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do that. Okay, you say we had one early February. Okay. Okay. So how you let me see. Okay. It's cool if you ain't buy the book. I just wanted to know which one did you get a consultation on ebook? So it's cool. Ebook for the sevens. Man, I mean, it's kind of most of the stuff, JR, is kind of the same for real. It's just slightly different depending on the jurisdiction. But most of it is generally the same. Okay. Okay, JR, how you ain't tell me how you feeling about your paperwork? Because I know you redrafted your fact section of it. How you feeling about it now? The state tried to come in with a motion to dismiss. A motion to dismiss, no complaints. Let me see. I thought you said you filed it, cleaned everything up. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And don't never show all your hand at once. You feel me? When you suing these people, you know what I'm saying? You need to just act like you don't know what the hell going on. But your paperwork is gonna speak for you, because I let them know that I give off the impression to them that I don't know what the hell going on until they read my paperwork. When that attorney read my paperwork for the police officers who I sued, he told me it was great. Their own attorney told me my paperwork was great. He said he had no issues with understanding it. None. Jay, I thought you said you filed it February the 20th. Was it January the 20th or February the 20th when you filed? Because you said, I think I just said you said something about they filed a motion. You said the state tried to do a motion to dismiss. February the 20th. So you haven't filed it yet. Yeah, you can't sue the state. The state, we all know the state is a corporation. We all know the state is a person. But for 42 section 1983 purposes, the Supreme Court said the state is not a person. Now, for another federal statute, it may be considered a person, but for these, for 42 section 1983 purposes, it's not considered a person. Oh, January the 20th. Okay. Yeah, they'll do that. They'll do that. The state is gonna do that. So let me see, I filed it, James. Okay, it's cool. Don't worry about it. If you did sue the state 9 times out of 10, they gonna get immunity. That's why you always sue them in a private capacity, because the governor can't violate your rights. He don't have immunity. He can claim qualified immunity or some shit like that. But I think that's probably the only type of immunity that a governor can claim. But as long as you sue that governor in her or his private capacity, it's a wrap. And as long as you plead facts to show that they violated clearly established law, I don't see them getting out of that. Well, you can't do that. Just unlawful. Unlawful. Cleaned up everything. It's all good. Even if they throw out some of your causes of action, don't worry about it, because you really only need a few of them to stick. Damn right, it's all about the facts. The facts are critical. Yeah, that's your elements. The facts the reason why it's all about the facts is because the facts are what the judge is going to look at and base her or his conclusions on how to rule on the case. They're gonna take the relevant case law that applies to your case. That applies to your case, or in other words, the facts of your case, and then they will say whether or not, if those facts are sufficient in law or not to justify locking you up or suing a police officer or something like that. It works the same way, y'all, on the criminal side. It works the same exact way. The same exact way. That's why I did 2 videos on my channel. I titled those videos, "It's all about the facts." It's all about the facts. Ooh. Hey man, let me see how much time we got. Can you call in, JR? I want to talk about this, man. I'm excited for you, man. Can you call in? Yeah, you can compel them. If they call into the show, Jay. If you can call into the show, JR. The number is let me give you this number. The call-in number is 563-999-3602. Call in, JR, if you can. I'm gonna tell you right now, JR, if the state filed a motion to dismiss on 11th Amendment immunity, they're gonna get that. They're gonna get that. Sue them in a private capacity. Can't no police officer claim 11th Amendment immunity or none of that. They shouldn't even be able to claim that shit. Put the number in the chat. All right, hold on, JR. Let's see where we at. Man, y'all, I tried to book an appointment with my barber to get my hair cut. He closed. I tried to book this nigga last week. He closed. Damn, man, look, I'm out here looking rough. I got hair all over my face, man. I look like a bomb. Anyway. All right, the number's in the chat, man. I want to talk about this. See how much time we got. We got 30 minutes, JR. I'm so tired of doing these lives on my cell phone. I can't wait till I get me a stronger computer so I have an $800 camera, y'all, and I can't even use it because these computers are not strong enough. All right. Caller 2707. How
Hey,
you doing?
what's going on, man?
It's JR?
Yeah, this JR.
What's good, man?
My thing a little behind.
Oh, you probably got to turn it off, man. Turn off.
Oh man, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm excited about this lawsuit. So I filed it and everything. So they tried to claim 11th Amendment immunity and all of that shit, but you know how that go.
They gonna do that. They gonna do that. So you in federal court, right?
Correct. I'm in federal court.
Okay. So you filed it January the 20th. They came back. Okay. So you sued the state, and I'm assuming you sued some police officers too, right?
Yeah, I sued a couple of police officers. The reason I included the state is because they got to spend money, making them spend money, even though their pockets are deep.
Yeah, they do.
Public treasury money.
They
At
do.
the end of the day.
They did. Yeah, I can tell you this. Even if that case get this, because it's gonna get dismissed against the state, they ain't gonna fuck with you no more. I can tell you that. You might get put on a do not detain list. You can lose a case and still get put on a do not detain list because they know, okay, this motherfucker.
Right. I think
Go ahead.
Right. I think what they're gonna do is make me take the stay out of the lawsuit. Probably
so. But them police officers, if you drafted that complaint right, they ain't getting out of that. It's a wrap, bro. It's over with.
They done.
Yeah, they not getting out of that.
Done.
All right. So how many pages was your complaint this time?
I mean, it was like 20 pages, but I took a lot of the exhibits out, and I'm gonna save it for later, like we talk. My statements of fact is only like 2 pages.
That's all you need. I swear that's all you need, bro. If you know how to tell your story, but still pin ass, you good. I promise that's all you need, man.
Right.
That's all you need. So did you get an answer back from you should have gotten an answer back by now from the police officer. Did you get one yet?
The police officers is represented by the city attorney, and the city attorney said he needed an extension. He need more time.
Yeah, I know the fuck he do. Yeah, you gotta answer this, buddy. Now look, he might hit you with a shotgun. He might hit you with a shotgun plea, man. If you drafted that complaint right, man, he gonna file a shotgun plea, man. I'm telling you, man. A shotgun, like you're not gonna know what the hell he talking about when he answer that complaint if it's a shotgun plea. It's not gonna make any sense.
Right. So I might, once I get that pleading back, I might have to get down with a consultation with you again to go over it, if it's possible.
Yeah, that's cool. You talking about the motion? I mean, what you talking about? Their response or their answer or something like that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You know how to reach him. That's cool. Did he?
Yeah, man. But
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say your videos have been very helpful, man. You really done your research. You know what you're talking about. So if anybody on this call or anybody watching, this brother knows exactly what he's talking about. You know, you've been in our shoes, so you know you got a lot of experience and a lot of you've taken a lot of time to do your research. You know, and that's what I try to preach to a lot of other people. You know, especially in our community, in the Black and Brown community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we would rather go out and play video games and watch LeBron James on TV
Yeah.
and listen to our favorite song. We should be getting these books.
Yeah.
These books are critical.
Yeah.
But these people will use their power and their knowledge to take our life and liberty away from us.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. I really appreciate what you just said, man. Yeah, that's what they'll do, man. And we can't just sit back and just let these people just keep doing this shit. And we don't do nothing. Nothing? No, hold on.
Man.
Mm-mm. They already
It's funny, man, because I follow you and about 10 other brothers, you know, white, black, couple, about 10 people. And
yeah.
all of you guys are very knowledgeable. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can tell when somebody's done their homework. And it's like you hear some of the same stuff. It may not be pertaining all the way to, you know, false arrest or traffic. It may be pertaining to family court or something else. But you hear the same tune, and it's like, man, just imagine if our whole culture did this. Where would we be as people?
Man, look, if people file a lawsuit every time the police saw, I don't care if the lawsuit was meritless and they didn't have no grounds whatsoever. If people file lawsuits every time the police did anything to them, man, they probably wouldn't stop no damn body else a day in their damn life. Unless they knew.
No, they would follow the Constitution.
Yeah.
They want us to follow the law, but they have to follow the Constitution. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
So
I agree. What was I gonna say? I'm happy for you, man. Did you pay the filing fee?
yeah, I paid the filing fee.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, don't do it. Because if you don't, they're gonna screen your complaint, then you gotta wait and all this shit. No, don't pay that filing fee, but just make sure you keep your receipt because you can get that money back. Make sure you keep your receipt.
I'm paying filing fee.
Yeah, I'm happy for you, man.
It's funny because another case of mine a few years ago, so some other bullshit. I was looking for my receipt because I heard you can get your receipt back if they don't give you no hearing or your money back.
Man, they gotta give you a hearing. You probably can. I've never heard of that, but I don't see why not. It's shit. If you go in the store and they ain't got what you wanted, you can pay them your money. Shit, they gotta give you your damn money back. So shit, I don't see why not. Because
right, like it's called like an emergency request or some shit.
I don't know. Maybe I don't see why not though. I mean, it's the right thing to do. It's the most equitable thing to do. They ain't give you no hearing. They gotta give you their money back.
Right. Right.
Okay, let me see. I'm trying to figure out what type of question did I want to ask. Okay, well I got you on the line. So what do you want to know right now? Like, what do you want to know? Anything? What to expect next?
I have a question. This is outside of this lawsuit, but it is very difficult to get their insurance bond. Man, dude, you know how much research I have put in trying to get these guys insurance bond?
Man, I know, man, and that shit right there.
It's crazy.
It's right downtown in their office, in a damn office there somewhere. I copy it, but you got to go through hell and high water because they hide that shit, man. They hide that, but you can get it through.
I think the county.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, the counties in my area, I think they have a blanket policy. I was trying to talk to a friend of mine because I know a couple of police officers and sheriffs. Like my buddy's a sheriff in the county next to me.
Yeah.
And he was telling me they take it right out his check. It's through like an association, but then he can switch, but he has to go through one of their referred insurance companies.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, I need that insurance bond. I'm trying to grab that.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of research for that,
man. Just ask
the Secretary of State and everything.
Just ask for it in Discovery. They gotta give it to you. Oh
yeah. And you know what? I was talking to one of my partners, and he was telling me when we send that Discovery over, they're not gonna want to provide none of that shit.
They probably
not gonna.
They probably
They're
not.
not gonna want to.
You know,
How do you compel them to do it though?
Okay. The federal rules of civil procedure, it gives them a time limit. And or if y'all have y'all done y'all scheduling order yet? You probably didn't because he hasn't answered the
No,
complaint yet.
we ain't got that far. The state just came back and said they wanted to basically be taken off because of 11th Amendment immunity.
Okay.
The officers ain't responding.
Okay.
So
Okay.
We ain't done discovery yet. It's too early.
Okay, this is how it'll work. So you'll get generally 9 times out of 10, it's either gonna get 25 days or 30 days to answer. If they don't answer in 30 days, then reach out to them and try to get them like, hey man, look, I sent you over these discovery. I know you got them. If you need more time, that's fine. Just let me know. But I need to know when am I gonna get this back from you. And they might give you some bullshit answer or something and beat around the bush or whatever. But if you I'm trying to talk faster than I can goddamn think. But anyway, if you get to a point to where you conclude that, okay, they bullshit, then you take it to court. You let the judge know what's going on. You file a motion to compel. That's all you got to do. And you explain to the court.
Oh.
Yeah, you explain to the court what's going on. Why you're trying to compel them. In other words, you got to allege those facts in support of your motion. You feel me? It's all about the facts. All about the facts. Then
So it's the same. It's basically repeating the same.
Yeah, bro. It's the same shit. The same shit, bro.
I got you.
The same shit. A motion for summary judgment, the same shit. It's all about the facts. All about the facts, bro.
Got it.
That's it. I told y'all, you know how to do this shit, man. They ain't smarter than you, bro. I keep trying to tell you. They not smarter than us, bro. It's the same shit.
Right. Yeah, you exactly right. I mean, these people, they go to law school, they got a little bit above average intelligence, but as far as these complaints, summary judgment, and all of that shit, all it is just repetition and practice.
That's it. That's it, bro. That's it, man. You don't need no damn consultation. You already know this shit. That's it, bro. That's it, bro. You got it.
Right. I done got a lot of practice too in these little traffic court facilities, man. I just file paperwork, don't even show up to court.
You ain't got to.
Just wait.
You ain't got to, especially if you know what to say. You ain't got to show up.
So crazy. Right. You know what's so crazy is that I think my insurance went up like $10, so I think they sent a notice to the Department of Motor Vehicle. So I was like, man, I should just file that motherfucking lawsuit against this motherfucker. Because I'll sue a motherfucking judge. I don't have a problem suing no judge. I don't give a fuck. I challenge jurisdiction. You violate jurisdiction. I'm taking you out of court.
Yeah.
That's the end of the story. I don't give a fuck if you a judge or not.
Yeah.
I don't care if you don't have immunity. You really don't. You just got friends. That's what it really comes down to.
Yeah, that really is.
You don't have immunity.
That really is. And
because you already violated due process. You don't get qualified immunity when I'm letting you know what you've done. I'm letting you know, giving you a notice of intent that if you don't dismiss this case sui sponte, I'm suing your ass. That's it.
Man, sue their ass, bro.
And one of your favorite videos, one of your favorite live streams, you was like, you had me rolling. I think I got it recorded. Your ass was like, 6 months to a year, almost 2 years, I'm gonna sue your ass.
Yeah, cause they gonna forget. They deal with people every day. Motherfucker, I ain't gonna forget.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna forget. Shit. You think you
I'm the same way. Like you don't send me no documentation. You don't respond to none of my affidavits. You don't respond to the bill of particulars. You don't respond to the affidavit in support of motion to dismiss. You don't respond to delegation of authority. I'm trying to figure out if you a judge or not. Provide me that foreign registration statement. I need that anti-bribery statement. I need that signed, notarized oath of office. I need every motherfucking thing you got. So I know you a judge.
Ain't none of them judges, man. They ain't judges, man. They dress like them, they talk like them, they act like them, but they ain't judges. They ain't. And that's where we at.
They never want to take your call.
You
They
ain't
never want to get involved. No matter if it's You could be the petitioner and ask for that motherfucker.
You not finna get it. You not finna get it, man. You can I had one judge, it was a circuit judge. He told me that it wasn't common law jurisdiction. He didn't say anything else. He just said it's not common law. He didn't say it wasn't admiralty. He didn't say it was admiralty. He didn't say equity or anything. It's admiralty, bro. I already know it is. But they like to call it statutory jurisdiction. I ain't no motherfucking such thing as statutory jurisdiction or statutory bonds. Ain't no motherfucking no. They be playing these games, man.
Marco, you know what? You know, now that I know what I know, since I've been dealing with all this stuff for the last 2 or 3 years, it's like I don't believe nothing nobody says when it comes to this entertainment media. When these people are talking on TV, I take everything what they say, and I think of what their motive is behind saying it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like I don't believe shit they say.
Yeah, I don't
You know,
blame
whether they're a Supreme Court judge, whether they're talking about the president, it's all gaslighting to me. All they do is gaslight.
That's it.
You know what I'm
Bro.
saying? Get you to think about something else when there's something else going on behind the scenes.
I agree, bro. It's two. Yusuf said it was 2 Supreme Courts. His ass is not lying. He is not lying. It's 2. It's 2 of them motherfuckers.
Too.
He is not lying because the
high frequency.
yeah. I went to, you know, when he said the shit, it kind of went over my head a little bit. I'm like, what the fuck? So I didn't. Let me calm down. I'm trying to talk faster than I can think. I gotta stop doing that shit. But anyway, I didn't get too deep off into it. I just did some cursory research on it. So I went and read the Judiciary Act of 1789, and in that act they established a Supreme Court in that act. But the Constitution also established a Supreme Court. So, but their Supreme Court is it functions it seems like in an administrative manner or something like that. Although they don't
You are exactly right.
yeah, but they don't follow any statutory procedures or anything like that. But it does function. It seems like it functions in some sort of administrative agency aspect or something like that, because you can the legislature can delegate quasi-judicial and quasi-legislative authority to its agencies, because that's what an administrative agency is. They're members of the executive branch of government, and they exercise all 3 powers of government. That's what they do. And that's what all these so-called judges are all over this country, because they are enforcing statutes and they following statutory procedure. That's how I know 100% sure that they are administrative agencies.
And it's funny too, when you try to sue them, they act like the law don't apply to them.
Yeah.
It only apply to us.
Yeah. That's why I say to me, this is just my own opinion. All law is bullshit. And I say that to say this because justice is discretionary, because the law doesn't apply to everybody. It just doesn't.
Right.
They like to, I guess they kind of want to give off the impression that it does, but it doesn't. Because if it did, then all of them are like witnesses from that case with Jeffrey Epstein and whatever, them motherfuckers wouldn't be getting killed. Man, they knocking
a lot of them motherfuckers.
They knocking them folks off. They don't want nobody to testify.
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're right. It's crazy, man. It's a dirty game. These people try to make you believe that what they're saying is real or true, but in reality, what they're saying is a bunch of bullshit. And they want you to follow. They want you to follow a military law, like be in cahoots with everybody, like robots.
It's really bullshit.
I have an individual mind.
It's bullshit. But the only way you can make these people leave you alone is either violence or you got to cost their ass money. That is the only way that they're gonna leave you alone.
Yep.
That's because that's the only thing that they understand.
We got right. Luckily enough, we got this Constitution, because if there was no Constitution, we'd be fucked. We got to leave this, get out this motherfucking country.
Man.
The Constitution is your only really way out. You know what I'm saying?
Man. That's
They said, fuck it, let's get rid of this Constitution follow statutory law, we'd be fucked.
Man, shit, that's really what they're doing. Like, because
Basically.
they created this whole, like all of these states. I think these states are territorial, or what they call territorial governments or something like that. They have to be, because how the fuck you in here enforcing statutes on me? Like if the just think about it like this, JR. If the Constitution does not apply to you, meaning it does not say what you can and can't do, and it doesn't, I can show you tons of cases that say that. Okay. If the Constitution doesn't lawfully apply to you, how the fuck can a statute, which is inferior to the Constitution, lawfully apply to you? That shit don't even make sense. It makes zero sense at all. None. But you let them.
They use presumption, and it requires you to be governed. So, like, I'll give you a perfect example. You go to court, right?
Okay.
And the judge asks, who are you? You know, is you John Doe? And you say, yes, I'm John Doe. Well, you're giving him basically consent over to make a ruling over your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you show up to court and you say, and he say, you know, is John Doe here? And you say, I'm John. He said, what's your last name? No, I'm John. You know what I'm saying? You're not giving them the jurisdiction to even have personal jurisdiction over your life. As soon as you talk and get to arguing and everything you say is testimony and testifying on yourself and giving them jurisdiction. So a lot of people don't even understand that basic, simple method. When you talk and tell them your name, you basically giving them jurisdiction. You basically saying, yeah, I'm here to get whatever you want to rule over. And they're not even real fucking judges.
No, they're not. I've with the name shit, I've tried that one time in court with it was a black judge, it was a woman. And you know, she asked me my name or whatever. I just gave her the first name. And she says, you don't have a last name? I said, no, I don't. And she was like, I wonder how they got that name mixed. This motherfucker know what the fuck is going on, bro. They know this is bullshit. This ain't no like that. And that name argument, that is a valid argument. It's a valid argument because that name on that piece of paper is not you. That is a corporate entity. That is what they call a U.S. citizen. That's what it is. It's a citizen of the District of Columbia. They call it a franchise of the federal government or whatever. That's what it is. It's a business. It's a corporate entity.
Right.
So
because if you notice on any ticket you get, it's always going to have your middle name on that motherfucker in all caps. It's going to have your first, middle name, last name in all caps.
Yep, all caps.
Now, what I typically do in my case, I always get myself out of the jurisdiction just by off the name. When I file paperwork, my paperwork is going to say John Doe, lowercase, normally spelled in pro persona, wrongfully named this all caps motherfucking person y'all think is me. That's not me.
Yeah.
I put that in the motherfucking affidavit immediately. So y'all got the wrong name off top. So y'all don't even got personal jurisdiction. And then from there, I'm challenging subject matter. I'm challenging subject matter all day. That's all day, every day, even on Sundays. I'm challenging subject matter because you got to prove who you are.
What I do is
that's how I start off my paperwork. I'm gonna send you something too.
I always go in like I put my name as the state, like whatever state I'm in or whatever. I say I'm the state. That's what I say. I'm here on a special appearance under duress in my sovereign capacity. Let me see what else I say. I tell them I'm the state of Alabama or whatever you want to call it. That was my. Let me see. I gotta see what these people they blowing my damn phones. I gotta end this live, y'all. Let me see.
No. If you need to get off, man, we can talk later. But I'll send you an email, man, with a motion that I have.
Okay.
And let's take a look at it.
All right. When you
I know you're busy, man. You always talk about how busy you are, and I'm busy too. So
yeah, man.
We can always.
It don't stop either, man.
How do you let us know when you be on live? I'll be finding out late.
Man, I ain't gonna even lie to you, but this really be my fault because this shit be so random and last minute because I just gotta go live when I can, bro.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah, I just do it when I can. Let me see. What's it? SG construe is derived from the word construct, which is essentially making things up. Some legislation actually has sections that tell you how some things are to be construed in addition to definitions. I mean, that's logical, SG. You know, it's logical. Man, they made all this shit up, bro. They made all this shit up. All this shit fake. Fuck that shit. They made all this shit up, man. I'm so tired of these damn people, man. They get on my nerves, you know, and I get messages from people that need help, and then when they tell me they problem, I just, oh, fuck. I'm so tired of these motherfucking police officers and these judges because they so corrupt and they just don't stop. Like, if you ever, man, have you ever read any judicial immunity cases? If you haven't, read them.
Yeah.
Man,
That all
shit,
the time.
that shit, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
That immunity shit's some bullshit because it's discretionary. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's all discretionary.
That judicial
It
immunity,
ain't no black and white. It's a lot of gray area.
they just made that judicial immunity, man. I've read cases to where ain't no way in hell them judges deserved immunity, but they got it. They damn sure got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta go.
I'm emailing you a document right now.
All
But
right.
if you gotta get off right now.
Yeah, this is my babysitter calling about my baby. I gotta go. Shit.
Okay, smart low. Check that email out, man, when you get time, and then just shoot me an email back.
All right. Peace, man. Good luck.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Look, I gotta go, y'all. Everybody just I done had about 4 phone calls. I don't know how many text messages I got. I gotta go. I gotta get off. I'm sorry, y'all. I try to go live the next time whenever I can. I hope everybody enjoys their day. If you haven't hit that like button, please go ahead. That'll be it, y'all. Peace. Good night, everybody. Let's see. All right.